David Friedman, the former U.S. ambassador to Israel, thank you so much for this interview.
Yeah, Libby, thanks. Great to be with you.
Thank you. What do you think, first of all, about the Biden administration position during the war in Israel? Is it being conducted correctly?
No, it's not. And we'll make an exception for the first few days. As the politics began to overtake the situation in America, I think he made a lot of mistakes. First of all, he accused Israel of indiscriminate bombing, which was just not true. Because as Hamas hears that the United States is beginning to force Israel to slow down, right? They themselves think, well, maybe we can win this war. Maybe we don't have to negotiate. Maybe we want to raise the price for the hostages. So I think it was extraordinarily harmful to Israel, and it's just been getting worse and worse over the last couple of months.
הוא התייחס למשפט של דונלד טראמפ אמש מהראיון לפוקס ניוז.
I think you have to finish it up and do it quickly and get back to the world of peace.
And I think the message is this. Israel, fight your own war. We support you. We're with you. And do it as quickly, as decisively as possible. I think that is the only message that Israel needs to hear from America.
Do you believe in the two-state solutions, especially after October 7th?
Gaza was a dry run, if you will. It was a practice run for a two-state solution, right? Because Gaza was 100% Palestinian. Not a single Jew lived there. Not a single soldier was living there, right? They were given lots of money. What did they do with the money? They built 350 miles of terror tunnels, rockets. Everything that could have been done wrong, they did wrong with regard to this model of a Palestinian state. So you can't make the mistake twice. We know how this will end. It will end with another terror state that will potentially do much more damage to the state of Israel, God forbid.
And do you think that Biden's administration understand this?
I think they understand it. I don't think they care. Because I think what they care about right now are votes. Votes in places like Michigan and in Minnesota and other places where there are Arab populations that are relatively small, but you know how our American election system works. You have to win state by state, and so some of these Arab populations could potentially swing very important states.
It's being said that the Biden administration's current statement against the Israeli conduct in Gaza is playing directly into Hamas and Sinwar hands, and therefore strengthening them and weakening Israel and delaying the hostages deal. What is your stand on this?
I think nobody is paying more attention to Joe Biden than Yahya Sinwar. I mean, I think he's listening to him every single day. Because Hamas can't defeat Israel militarily. Right? That's impossible. The only way Israel can be stopped is if America stops Israel. It just seems to me that this is the worst message America could be sending to Hamas at a time when they're trying to negotiate for the release of the hostages.
בראיון הוא התייחס לדבריו של מנהיג הרוב בסנאט, צ'אק שומר, שבוע שעבר.
The fourth major obstacle to peace is Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
I'll say it in words that your audience will understand. It was a chilul Hashem. It was horrible. It was for a Jewish person who claims to be, the great Jewish protector in the United States government of Israel, for him to say that. But there's something else he said, which I think is even worse, right? What he said is that if Israel doesn't conduct the war the way he wants, he's going to force Israel to do what he wants. For him to threaten Israel that, you're going to run this war the way I want you to, is just, there's no words. It was disgusting.
We have the upcoming elections in the U.S. in November, and they will definitely be interesting. If Trump wins, how do you think it will influence the Gaza war and the Middle East in general?
Biden has made Iran a very wealthy nation. He's not enforcing the sanctions. If Trump were back in office, that would be the most significant immediate change, and I think it would have an immediate positive impact. That, in turn, I think will then permit an expansion of the Abraham Accords, because at the end of the day, these countries, they all have a common challenge and a common enemy with Iran. So if America is strong against Iran and they're strongly supportive of Israel, those are the ingredients that cause the Abraham Accords to expand.
And do you think Biden should stay in the race because of his age?
Look, I don't think he is qualified to be president. I do think he is too impaired because of his, not just because of his age. There are people, that age who are completely fit physically and mentally. He's not one of them.
If Trump wins, how do you think the situation between Netanyahu and Trump will be?
The relationship is good on fundamental matters. There was a fundamental understanding about fighting terrorists, holding terrorists accountable, working together to keep the world safer, working together, militarily and in intelligence for a common goal. So I think everything, will be fine.
David Friedman, much appreciated. Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.